The moment went viral almost instantly. Gilbert Arenas didn't hold back. On live television, he went straight for the jugular, defending Caitlin Clark against the flood of critics targeting her performance, her skills, and even her presence in the WNBA. And make no mistake, when Arenas speaks, people listen. His commentary wasn't subtle or diplomatic. It was a full-on demolition of anyone doubting Clark, leaving viewers stunned, fans cheering, and haters scrambling to justify their takes. For months, Caitlin Clark has faced waves of criticism online, from doubters who claim she's overhyped to those questioning whether she belongs at the top level of women's basketball. Social media debates have ranged from analytical breakdowns of her stats to harsh personal attacks, many of which seemed unfounded considering her consistent performance. Enter Gilbert Arenas, a seasoned professional who has seen the sport's highs and lows firsthand. His perspective carries weight because he knows what it takes to excel on a national stage, and he wasn't about to let baseless criticism slide. On live TV, Arenas went beyond simple praise. He systematically dismantled the narratives used by Clark's detractors. Every argument against her was met with fact-based counterpoints, from her scoring ability to her leadership on the court, and even her impact on the growth of the WNBA as a whole. Viewers could practically feel the tension in the studio as he spoke, commanding attention and turning what was supposed to be a casual segment into a viral moment of accountability. Fans quickly erupted online, sharing clips of the segment, praising Arenas for speaking truth and celebrating Clark's talent. Many noted that this kind of public defense from a respected former NBA star isn't just rare, it's powerful. It sends a message to young athletes, aspiring professionals, and anyone watching that talent deserves respect, regardless of gender or opinion polls. By the time the segment ended, the reaction was clear. Caitlin Clark's haters had been put on full display, and Arenas had set the record straight. The conversation around her performance has shifted, with fans and analysts alike now re-evaluating their critiques and giving her the recognition she deserves. This wasn't just a defense, it was a statement, a moment that will be remembered in WNBA and sports media circles for years to come. The energy in the studio was electric the moment Gilbert Arenas began speaking. Known for his candid, unfiltered takes during his time as a player and commentator, Arenas didn't hold back when addressing the ongoing criticism of Caitlin Clark. For weeks, the young star had faced intense scrutiny online, with commentators and critics questioning her ability to transition successfully to the professional level, doubting her leadership, and even debating her role in the league. What many failed to understand, Arenas emphasized, was that Clark's talent, work ethic, and impact on the game were undeniable, and yet, some of the public commentary bordered on disrespectful and uninformed. From the very beginning, Arenas framed his defense around Clark's exceptional skill set. He highlighted her scoring ability, her court vision, and her ability to perform under pressure, all aspects that made her one of the most exciting players to watch in the WNBA today. In his eyes, the criticism was not only unfounded but also indicative of a broader issue, a reluctance by some fans and commentators to give young women the credit they deserve in professional sports. "She's out here doing things that most men can't even do at her age," Arenas remarked, his tone firm and commanding. And yet, some people are trying to diminish that because they can't accept it. His words resonated instantly with viewers, many of whom had been frustrated by the negative discourse surrounding Clark's career. Arenas also emphasized the importance of context when evaluating Clark's performances. He broke down several of her recent games, pointing to statistics that illustrated her consistent contributions on both ends of the floor. Beyond the numbers, he stressed her leadership qualities, the way she communicates with teammates, takes control in critical moments, and motivates those around her. To Arenas, these were the hallmarks of a player destined for greatness, yet they were often overshadowed in public debates by selective critiques or negative social media narratives. "You can't just cherry-pick moments to discredit her," he said. "You've got to look at the full picture, her impact on the game, her growth, her work ethic, everything." Another critical point Arenas made was the larger significance of Clark's presence in the WNBA. She wasn't just a talented player, she was a symbol of the league's growth and increasing visibility. Her performances drew in viewers, inspired young athletes, and contributed to the overall elevation of women's basketball. Arenas argued that this broader impact should not be minimized or dismissed in debates about her abilities. In fact, he suggested that some critics failed to acknowledge the pressure she faced as a rising star in a league still fighting for mainstream recognition and equal coverage. By defending Clark, Arenas was also implicitly challenging the audience to recognize the systemic barriers that women in sports continue to navigate. The live segment quickly turned into a masterclass in accountability and media literacy. Arenas didn't just defend Clark with vague praise. He systematically dismantled the arguments of her detractors. He addressed common misconceptions, for example, critiques about her shooting percentages or turnovers, and contextualized them against league averages, opponent strength, and team dynamics. By providing concrete evidence and informed analysis, he elevated the conversation from emotional opinion to reasoned debate. Viewers could see the difference between uninformed commentary and insight grounded in experience, and Arenas' authority on the subject was undeniable. Social media reaction was instantaneous. Clips of Arenas defending Clark were shared widely, accumulating millions of views within hours. Fans praised his willingness to speak up and to call out unfair criticism, while others engaged in discussions about how young athletes are evaluated and the importance of supporting women in professional sports. Memes, reaction videos, and analytical breakdowns proliferated across platforms, turning the segment into a viral moment that extended far beyond its original airing. The overwhelming consensus among online audiences was that Arenas had not only defended Clark, but had also educated viewers on the nuances of evaluating talent and performance in professional basketball. Beyond the immediate defense, Arenas' commentary also sparked a conversation about mentorship and the responsibility of veteran players to uplift emerging talent. He highlighted the role that established athletes can play in shaping public perception, challenging biases, and providing constructive guidance to younger generations. By publicly defending Clark, Arenas demonstrated that speaking out isn't just about supporting one individual. It's about fostering a culture where talent is respected and celebrated, regardless of gender. By the end of the segment, it was clear that Arenas' message had resonated deeply. Caitlin Clark's critics were left on the defensive, her fans energized, and the broader conversation about women in professional sports elevated. This wasn't just a single moment of defense. It was a powerful statement about respect, fairness, and recognition in the world of sports. Arenas had made it clear that talent deserves acknowledgement, and dismissing or undermining athletes like Clark is unacceptable. The impact of this moment would reverberate well beyond the studio, shaping discussions about the WNBA and professional basketball for weeks to come. As the conversation around Gilbert Arenas' defense of Caitlin Clark continued, the ripple effects of his statements became impossible to ignore. What started as a powerful on-air moment quickly transformed into a broader cultural discussion about respect, fairness, and recognition in professional sports. Arenas had not only defended Clark, he had challenged the audience, critics, and even the industry itself to reevaluate the way they assess and critique young athletes, particularly women in a historically male-dominated space. One of the key elements Arenas highlighted was Clark's consistency under pressure. While critics often seize on isolated moments of missed shots or turnovers, Arenas emphasized her ability to perform when it mattered most. He broke down specific games, pointing out instances where her scoring, assists, and court vision directly influenced the outcome. By doing so, he framed her as not just a talented scorer but a complete player, someone capable of reading defenses, making split-second decisions, and elevating her teammates' performance. For fans, this analysis underscored what many already knew. Clark's contributions extended far beyond what simple statistics might suggest. Another crucial aspect of Arenas' defense focused on the double standards female athletes face. He drew comparisons to male players, noting that similar mistakes or performance fluctuations are rarely scrutinized to the same degree. While men's basketball often benefits from a wider margin of public forgiveness and institutional support, women are frequently held to stricter standards, both in the media and among fans. Arenas' candid observations shone a spotlight on these disparities, sparking discussion about gender bias in sports commentary and public perception. By framing Clark's criticism within this context, he emphasized that her performance should be evaluated fairly, without the weight of disproportionate scrutiny. Arenas also tackled the narrative surrounding Clark's transition from collegiate to professional basketball. Many critics suggested that her success at the college level might not translate to the WNBA, implying that her talent was overhyped. Arenas dismantled this argument by pointing to her skill set, adaptability, and mental toughness. He explained that Clark's ability to read defenses, make precise passes, and maintain composure in high-stakes games demonstrated qualities that are essential at the professional level. By presenting evidence and reasoning rather than simply voicing support, Arenas elevated the defense into a teaching moment, illustrating how thoughtful analysis can replace biased criticism. The social media response amplified Arenas' message. Clips of the segment were shared widely across platforms, sparking viral discussions, reaction videos, and debates about fairness in sports commentary. Fans praised Arenas for his unapologetic stance, while critics were forced to confront the strength of his arguments. Online communities began dissecting Clark's career highlights, discussing her leadership qualities, and acknowledging her impact on the league. This digital conversation reinforced Arenas' point. When athletes are evaluated holistically, their accomplishments speak louder than selective criticism. Another significant point Arenas made involved mentorship and the responsibility of veteran athletes. He stressed that established figures in sports have a unique platform to shape public discourse, defend emerging talent, and challenge unfair narratives. By publicly defending Clark, Arenas modeled this principle, demonstrating that advocacy can shift perceptions and inspire respect across the industry. Fans recognized this, noting that his commentary not only supported Clark but also contributed to a broader conversation about the role of experience, influence, and responsibility in sports culture. Arenas didn't stop at defending Clark's skills. He also addressed her impact on the WNBA as a whole. Her performances bring visibility, excitement, and engagement to the league, helping to grow its fan base and inspire young athletes nationwide. He argued that detractors who diminish her contributions fail to recognize the bigger picture, that Clark is more than a player. She's an ambassador, a role model, and a catalyst for growth in women's basketball. By framing her achievements in this way, Arenas reminded audiences that criticism should be proportional and contextual, acknowledging the broader significance of an athlete's presence in the sport. Finally, Arenas' passionate delivery left an impression that extended beyond the television segment. His tone, authority, and thorough analysis communicated not just support for Clark, but also a larger message about fairness, respect, and accountability in sports. He demonstrated that defending talent requires more than general praise. It requires evidence, insight, and courage to challenge the status quo. Viewers walked away not only informed about Clark's abilities, but also encouraged to question their own biases and assumptions about athletes, performance, and gender dynamics in professional sports. By the end of Part 2, it was clear that this wasn't just a moment of personal defense. It was a turning point in the conversation about Caitlin Clark and women's professional basketball. Arenas had raised the bar for how athletes are evaluated publicly, calling for fairness, context, and acknowledgement of both skill and impact. The dialogue he ignited continues to reverberate online and across sports media, reshaping narratives and reinforcing the idea that talent deserves recognition, respect, and protection against unfair criticism. This viral moment would not only elevate Clark's profile but also encourage more thoughtful discourse around the WNBA and women in sports overall. As Part 3 unfolds, the focus turns to the broader implications of Gilbert Arenas' live defense of Caitlin Clark. What initially seemed like a momentary show of support on television quickly grew into a larger conversation about fairness, representation, and recognition in professional sports. Arenas' words did more than defend Clark. They challenged critics, fans, and the media to reconsider their biases, assumptions, and the lens through which female athletes are often evaluated. One of the most powerful aspects of Arenas' defense was his emphasis on Clark's leadership. He highlighted her ability to direct her team during high-pressure situations, make quick decisions on the court, and inspire teammates through both action and attitude. Leadership is often an intangible quality, one that can't be measured solely through statistics. By pointing out these qualities, arenas frame Clark as not just a skilled player but as a cornerstone of a team's success. This perspective countered common criticisms that focused narrowly on points scored or missed shots, emphasizing that true athletic value extends beyond the stat sheet. Arenas also addressed the issue of scrutiny and double standards in sports commentary. Female athletes, he noted, often face harsher criticism for errors that would be considered minor or even routine in men's leagues. For example, a missed three-pointer by a male player might generate a brief discussion, while the same mistake by a female player can be amplified, dissected, and used to question her overall ability. By highlighting this disparity, arenas not only defended Clark but also sparked a broader conversation about gender bias in sports media. Fans and commentators alike were forced to consider how narratives are shaped and whose achievements are undervalued as a result. Another key point arenas made involved the transition from collegiate to professional play. Critics had suggested that Clark's success at the college level might not translate to the WNBA. Arenas systematically dismantled this argument, explaining that her skills, from shooting accuracy and ball handling to court awareness and stamina, are precisely what make her suited for the professional stage. He emphasized her adaptability, her ability to learn from mistakes, and her mental toughness, arguing that these traits are essential for success at any level. By providing a detailed, analytical defense, arenas elevated the conversation beyond mere opinion, reinforcing that Clark's talent is both measurable and substantial. Social media quickly amplified the discussion. Clips of arenas' live comments went viral, sparking debates across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Fans celebrated his candid defense, while analysts began weighing in with deeper evaluations of Clark's performances. The conversation extended beyond her individual skill set, encompassing broader themes of respect, recognition, and accountability in sports media. Memes, highlight reels, and commentary videos proliferated, ensuring that arenas' defense had both immediate impact and enduring relevance. Mentorship and responsibility were also central to arenas' message. He underscored the role veteran athletes play in shaping public discourse and guiding younger generations. By defending Clark, arenas demonstrated that established players have a platform and a duty to challenge unfair narratives, protect talent, and promote equity. His intervention wasn't simply about one athlete. It was about establishing a culture where merit and effort are recognized, and where criticism is constructive rather than destructive. Additionally, arenas highlighted Clark's influence on the WNBA itself. Beyond her individual performances, she is a draw for viewers, an inspiration for aspiring athletes, and a symbol of the league's growth. Arenas argued that undermining her contributions does more than harm one player. It diminishes the visibility and credibility of the WNBA as a whole. By connecting Clark's personal success to the league's broader impact, arenas reframed the conversation, reminding critics that her achievements have ripple effects beyond the court. Arenas also addressed the mental and emotional pressures Clark faces. In a highly scrutinized environment, every decision, every play, and every public interaction is magnified. His defense emphasized that resilience, composure, and focus under such pressure are as critical as scoring ability. By acknowledging these factors, arenas humanized Clark, reminding audiences that even elite athletes face stress and criticism, and that support from respected figures can significantly influence public perception. Finally, the segment reinforced the importance of evidence-based evaluation. Arenas didn't rely solely on emotion or personal admiration. He systematically provided context, statistics, and examples to counter detractors. This approach modeled the highest standard for sports commentary, demonstrating how analysis and insight can replace speculation and bias. By taking this approach, arenas not only protected Clark's reputation, but also educated the audience on how to evaluate athletic talent fairly and comprehensively. As Part 3 concludes, the significance of arenas' defense becomes clear. It was not only about Caitlin Clark, but about reshaping how athletes, particularly women, are perceived and critiqued. His candid, evidence-based approach challenged biases, highlighted leadership and skill, and underscored the broader impact of talent on the league and the sport itself. This viral moment continues to resonate, sparking dialogue that transcends a single player and encourages a more thoughtful, respectful approach to evaluating athletes in professional sports. As Part 4 unfolds, the impact of Gilbert Arenas' defense of Caitlin Clark continues to resonate, illustrating just how influential a single voice can be in shaping public discourse. The conversation has grown beyond mere praise for Clark. It has evolved into a broader discussion about gender equality, media responsibility, and the importance of context when evaluating athletes. Arenas' forthright approach challenged viewers and commentators alike to reconsider not only their critiques of Clark, but also the broader assumptions they bring to analyzing female athletes in professional sports. One of the key themes Arenas emphasized was resilience. He highlighted Clark's ability to thrive under pressure and her mental toughness in the face of criticism, noting that few athletes could maintain focus and consistently perform at a level when so much public attention is focused on them. For Arenas, resilience is a hallmark of elite players, and Clark's capacity to navigate both on-court challenges and off-court scrutiny demonstrates that she belongs among the best. This perspective countered the narrative of her detractors, many of whom focused on minor mistakes rather than acknowledging the skill, preparation, and fortitude required to compete professionally. Arenas also addressed the pervasive issue of social media criticism. He pointed out that the digital age has intensified scrutiny, often amplifying minor errors and creating narratives that can overshadow accomplishments. For young athletes, especially women, this environment can be particularly harsh. Clark's detractors, he suggested, were quick to judge without considering the full scope of her contributions or the pressures she faces. By contextualizing the criticism, Arenas not only defended Clark but also highlighted the importance of critical thinking when evaluating online commentary. He urged fans and analysts alike to recognize the difference between informed critique and uninformed negativity. Another critical point Arenas made involved Clark's impact on team dynamics. He emphasized that her leadership extends beyond scoring and statistics. Her presence on the court elevates her teammates, fosters cohesion, and helps guide strategic decision-making during games. Arenas framed these qualities as essential for professional success, noting that athletes who can inspire and elevate those around them possess a unique value that is often overlooked in discussions focused solely on individual performance. By emphasizing this aspect, Arenas reminded audiences that evaluating an athlete requires considering both individual talent and the broader influence they have on their team. Arenas also tackled the issue of representation in sports media. Female athletes often face scrutiny not only for their performance but also for their public persona, appearance, and off-court behavior in ways that male athletes do not. Arenas called attention to this double standard, challenging viewers to examine how gender biases shape public perception. By defending Clark so passionately, he underscored the importance of equitable evaluation, emphasizing that talent, work ethic, and leadership should be the primary metrics for judgment, regardless of gender. This commentary resonated widely, sparking discussions about the need for fairer coverage and the role of media in shaping narratives around women in sports. The conversation surrounding Clark's collegiate to professional transition was also central to Arenas' defense. Critics had questioned whether her success at the college level could translate to professional play, suggesting that the WNBA's competitive landscape might expose weaknesses. Arenas systematically dismantled this argument, pointing to her adaptability, strategic intelligence, and physical preparedness. He highlighted examples where Clark demonstrated the ability to adjust to professional defenses, read the floor under pressure, and maintain composure during high-stakes moments. These insights not only defended her abilities but also educated viewers on the nuanced skill set required to succeed at the highest levels of basketball. Social media amplification played a major role in elevating Arenas' message. Clips of his commentary went viral almost immediately, prompting widespread discussions about Clark's talent, fairness in criticism, and the broader treatment of women in sports. Reaction videos, analytical breakdowns, and supportive posts flooded platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Fans praised Arenas for his unfiltered honesty, while others began re-evaluating their assumptions and biases. This level of engagement underscored the power of respected voices in influencing public perception and shaping discourse around athletic performance. Beyond defending Clark, Arena's statement sparked a broader cultural conversation about mentorship in sports. By publicly supporting a rising star, he modeled the role experienced athletes can play in advocating for fairness and respect. His defense highlighted the responsibility of veteran players to not only guide younger athletes but also challenge inequities and support talent when it is unjustly questioned. This message resonated with audiences and reinforced the importance of mentorship in cultivating a positive and inclusive sports culture. Finally, Arenas addressed Clark's broader significance to the WNBA. Beyond individual accomplishments, he highlighted her ability to draw attention to the league, inspire young athletes, and contribute to the overall growth of professional women's basketball. By framing Clark's impact within the context of the league's development, Arenas demonstrated that evaluating an athlete's value requires considering both performance and influence. Critics, he suggested, often overlook the systemic contributions of players who elevate the sport as a whole, focusing narrowly on statistics or isolated performances. By the end of Part 4, it was evident that Gilbert Arenas' defense of Caitlin Clark had far-reaching consequences. His analysis not only protected Clark's reputation, but also catalyzed conversations about fairness, media responsibility, mentorship, and gender equity in professional sports. This viral moment transcended a single broadcast segment, reinforcing the idea that influential voices can reshape narratives, challenge biases, and elevate athletes in ways that resonate far beyond the court. Arena's candid, evidence-based approach set a new standard for how defenders of talent should speak up, ensuring that Clark's accomplishments are recognized and celebrated in their full context. As Part 5 begins, the impact of Gilbert Arenas' defense of Caitlin Clark has reached its full magnitude. What started as a live television segment has now become a cultural moment, sparking discussions across sports media, social platforms, and among fans nationwide. Arena's unfiltered praise and fact-based dismantling of Clark's detractors did more than defend one athlete. It forced a wider conversation about fairness, gender equity, and the responsibility of commentators, analysts, and veteran athletes in shaping public narratives. Arena's defense reinforced Clark's legitimacy as one of the premier talents in the WNBA. By breaking down her skill set, from scoring versatility to defensive awareness and leadership, he emphasized that Clark is a complete player, capable of excelling under pressure and inspiring her teammates. He systematically countered critiques that had questioned her transition from collegiate to professional play, showing that her adaptability, court intelligence, and mental toughness positioned her to succeed at the highest level. In doing so, Arenas elevated Clark's narrative from a subject of debate to a recognized standard of excellence. One key takeaway from Arenas' statements is the importance of context in evaluating athletes. He pointed out that many criticisms leveled at Clark were based on isolated moments rather than her overall contributions. A missed shot or turnover, he argued, does not define a player's career. What matters is consistency, decision-making under pressure, and leadership on and off the court. By emphasizing context, Arenas highlighted a broader issue in sports media: the tendency to oversimplify narratives and create disproportionate scrutiny, especially for female athletes. This insight resonated with audiences, prompting many to reconsider how they analyze performance and judge talent. Another critical aspect Arenas highlighted was the gender double standard in sports evaluation. Female athletes, he noted, are often held to stricter scrutiny than their male counterparts, with mistakes magnified and accomplishments sometimes minimized. By comparing Clark's experience to male athletes facing similar circumstances, Arenas exposed the biases that shape public perception. He argued that Clark deserves recognition for her achievements, her leadership, and her impact on the game, just as male athletes are acknowledged for equivalent performances. This commentary sparked broader conversations about equity in sports coverage and public discourse, encouraging fans and commentators alike to challenge unconscious biases. Arenas also addressed the emotional and mental pressures Clark faces as a rising star in the WNBA. In a league still fighting for widespread recognition, every performance, interview, and public interaction carries additional weight. His defense emphasized that resilience, composure, and determination under such scrutiny are as critical as athletic skill. By acknowledging these challenges, Arenas humanized Clark, reminding viewers that elite athletes must balance public expectations with personal growth and mental well-being. Fans responded positively, recognizing that Clark's ability to perform consistently in such a demanding environment underscores her professionalism and talent. Social media amplified Arenas' message to an unprecedented scale. Clips of the segment went viral within hours, sparking conversations across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Reaction videos, discussion threads, and analysis flooded platforms, with fans praising Arenas' courage to speak truthfully and his insistence on fairness. Critics who had previously doubted Clark were forced to reconsider their positions, while neutral viewers gained a deeper understanding of her abilities, impact, and the systemic challenges female athletes face. The segment's virality highlighted the power of respected voices to influence public perception and elevate discourse around professional sports. Mentorship emerged as another central theme of Arenas' defense. He underscored the responsibility of veteran athletes to guide younger players, advocate for fairness, and challenge narratives that diminish talent. By standing up for Clark, Arenas modeled this principle, showing that defending emerging stars isn't just an act of support, it's a crucial contribution to the integrity of the sport. His actions encouraged other established athletes to consider their own influence in shaping how young professionals are perceived and evaluated. Finally, Arenas framed Clark's contributions within the broader growth of the WNBA. Beyond individual performances, she attracts viewership, inspires future generations of players, and contributes to the league's cultural relevance. By contextualizing her impact in this way, Arenas emphasized that evaluating an athlete requires considering both personal skill and broader influence. Clark's presence isn't just about her statistics, it's about her ability to elevate the sport, inspire fans, and shift narratives that have historically undervalued women's basketball. As Part 5 concludes, the significance of this moment is clear. Gilbert Arenas' defense of Caitlin Clark went beyond a single segment. It sparked national discussion, challenged biases, and set a new standard for public discourse surrounding female athletes. His combination of fact-based analysis, respect for skill, and unapologetic advocacy created a lasting impact, ensuring that Clark's accomplishments are recognized and celebrated. This viral moment is more than a defense of one player. It's a cultural statement that talent deserves respect, fairness, and acknowledgement, regardless of gender, and it has reshaped how audiences, analysts, and future athletes approach conversations about professional sports. Gilbert Arenas just shook the sports world by going all out in defense of Caitlin Clark, and the impact is massive. On live TV, he didn't just praise her, he systematically dismantled every unfair critique, proving that Clark's talent, leadership, and impact on the WNBA are undeniable. Fans and analysts alike have been sharing clips, debating her skills, and rethinking how female athletes are judged in professional sports. This isn't just about one player. It's a broader statement about fairness, gender equity, and respect in sports commentary. Clark's consistency, resilience, and influence on her team and the league make her a player who deserves recognition, not criticism. Arenas' passionate defense has inspired discussions about mentorship, media responsibility, and the role veteran athletes play in uplifting the next generation. If you're a fan of basketball or care about athletes getting the credit they deserve, this is a moment you cannot miss.